Okay, brother, who you got here?
This is a pretty easy call for me for a few reasons, but I'll just go right off the bat. Juliana Miller is my pick. Um, Watching these fights, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't too thrilled with the striking. She's got a solid step in jab. Sometimes she'll throw a cross after that, but mainly what Miller wants to do is clinch and drag you down to the ground, either with an outside trip or maybe even pull guard if she has to. And I like her ground game. She's an active submission grappler competitor. I've actually been on a couple of events the same as her, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. I like to root for submission grapplers, but I think as long as she gets it to the ground, I mean, she can do whatever she wants to Walker. No offense to her. Brogan Walker, she seems like a strong individual. She keeps her hands low, which might help in defending some takedowns. But for the most part, Miller likes like the upper body clinches to get her takedowns, whether it's a trip or maybe a body lock to get to the back. Um, for me, I think she might she might take some damage. Miller might in the stand up, but it's gonna be a matter of time before she clinches, takes her down, and I'm thinking maybe armbar this time. She has good Kimura attacks. She transitions very well with the Kimuras. I know her last fight in the Ultimate Fighter, they called it a Kimura, and it kind of was, but she transitioned from a pretty nice like one of those arm bars in the armpits. It was pretty nice. So I think an armbar victory. That's what I'm calling from Miller. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with you. And with the reason she's like slight favorite, minus 120, and like even though she has only like three professional fights, and if you count these two in the Ultimate Fighter, like she has like a big experience in amateur. Like
Mhm.
I think she was like 5-0 in amateur. Like plus those tournaments, like you said, like she was competing a lot. So I think that's the experience that's gonna help her, because also like Brogan like had like 7-2 before the Ultimate Fighter.
Mhm.
And I don't think she had like that tough competition.
Yeah,
So I would go also on the side, and I think Juliana Miller can do it and win and get her contract with UFC.
interesting fact is like Juliana Miller, like obviously she's not super experienced in MMA, so she hasn't fought the best of the best, but she does have a match in submission grappling against Bia Mesquita, who is like the best of the best, and she actually has a win over her. So she maybe hasn't fought high level competition yet in MMA, but she does have experience in jujitsu at least with that, and I
Yeah,
think that goes a long way.
yeah, I completely agree with you, and her performance like in the Ultimate Fighter, like show that she's with the reason in the final. Like even though like we were not so much excited about those fights, but like let's skip that part, and just let's keep it on positive.
You know what? It reminded me a little bit of like Hoist Gracie, just a little bit. Like motherfucker, like he has okay, some straight strikes, but let's get this down to the ground. Let's not stand up too much. That's how I felt. And Hoist he's one of the greats. So I'm not saying
He's
too much
in
bad
the
about
Hall of
that.
the Fame, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a
So
compliment. That's the compliment.
we're not
Let's move
we're not
along. Let's
hating.
move to the next one.
Yeah. All right, who we got next?